So we had a look at addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, the basic mathematic operations. But there are other operators as well, and you already saw some of them. For example, operators to compare values, like the following one. If I have this statement and I want to see if 1 equals 1, what do you think we'll get? Well, of course, we get true. So this here is a comparison operator. And we have the equal operator with 2 equal signs and with 3 equal signs. I already showed this before. If I hit run again, we still get true. The reason for this is that with 3 equal signs, we're not only checking if the value is the same, but also if the type is the same. And here, of course, both is true. The value is 1 and the type is number. If we turn this one here into a string, we would get false because it's not the same type. This is a string and this is a number. If I remove 1 equal sign and I only check for value equality and I don't care about the type, then I would get true again because the value is the same, since JavaScript is able to turn this string with a value of 1 into a number with value of 1, if you want to put it like that. You can also check if something is not equal by adding an exclamation mark in front of the equal sign. Notice that I only have 1 equal sign here to check for value equality. So now if I hit run, I get true because 1 is not equal to 2. Now if I check if 1 is equal to 1 as a string, but I use the exclamation mark and 2 equal signs, I'm checking if the values and types are not equal in this case. So what do you think I'll get here? I'll get true because the number 1 is not completely equal to the string 1. It doesn't have the same type. So as with 3 equal signs, we got the same for the opposite when checking if something is not the case. Of course, only with 2 equal signs, since one of them is replaced with the exclamation mark here. Of course, we may not only check if something is equal or not equal, we can also check if something is greater, like if 1 is greater than 0, which would give us true. And is 1 greater than 1? Certainly not. Of course, we can change this to 1 being greater than or equal to 1. In this case, we would get true, since it is greater or equal. It is equal in the end. Does this also work with a string here? Yes. And does it work if I add another exclamation mark so that we get false again because it's not the same type? No, we get an error. We don't have that operator. So with the greater or smaller or greater than and smaller than operators, we can't check the types. We can only check the values here. And that of course makes sense, because if you think about it, you would not check if it's equal, but if it's greater or equal. And how would you check if one type is greater than the other types? Types have no such ordering in this case, or in this sense. So this won't work.